This is the ISTE Nets-T for teachers, standard number 4, to promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. Teachers understand local and global societal issues and responsibilities in an evolving digital culture and exhibit legal and ethical behavior in their professional practices. This particular ISTE is very similar to the administrator's digital citizenship standard. I decided to go ahead and use the task that required me to construct a copyright permission letter that requests permission to reproduce or utilize their video in compliance with fair use guidelines. Request permission to reproduce or utilize cost of purchasing or subscription. What I had to do was find some videos that I could use in a flipped classroom and ask permission to the producer of the video if I could use them in my flipped classroom. So I'm going to show you the letters that I wrote, and believe it or not, I got quick replies from them, which was a good thing. So let me show you that. Here's the copyright permission assignment. The YouTube video I posted in there, and here was my letter. And this one came from a professor in, I believe that's Ireland. Anyway, Dr. O'Loughlin must be. Dr. O'Loughlin. But anyway, I wrote him a letter, and believe it or not, within a couple of days, I got a reply. I asked permission to use his YouTube video that says how to draw a simple histogram in Excel 2010. I gave him all the information that he would need to know which video, because he has created many. And his reply was really quite quick and simple, saying, "Many thanks for choosing my video for your flipped classes. Please feel free to use this in whatever way you choose. Many thanks for asking." That's one. I had to do 3 of them, so I found another one. Some of them, they don't leave you with an address, so you have to either you click on the name and sends it to their Google link, but it was shared privately on February 6th, and I didn't know the person's real name other than his name in the YouTube, which was Robert Bob M. So, of course, I wrote, "Dear Sir," because I wasn't sure. Did the same thing, explained what I was doing, what school I was attending, and my project. And his reply was rather quick. Let's see, I did this on the 6th, and I got my reply on the 6th, which is great. Again, giving me permission. And my third link was from a Matt Reeve, who is a high school teacher. And his reply was, "I would love for you to use my video for your course," etc. He never expected it to get as many views as it has gotten, but he loves it. And there was my letter. Those are the 3 copyright permission assignments that I had to do. That's part of what this Standard 4 says. It wants you to promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. The other item that I would like to show you, this was my Weebly website that I had to create. It was the last thing we had to do in this course. And I always, even though I didn't have to do this many, I still felt it was important to include Creative Commons, because what you do online for instruction with either students or teachers, you really need to impress upon the fact that it's important to not use copyrighted material unless you have permission. If you are not sure whether or not something you want to use, if you are violating any copyright infringement, then that's why I like to use Creative Commons. So I will go there. Okay, so I've typed in the bell curve in my Creative Commons search. I'm going to choose Flickr. So there'll be some images that'll come up. I'll choose this one. And here's the image that I can download right here. But it says right here, some rights reserved. So let's see what those rights are. It pops up here, so let's look. And it's a generic license, attribution 2.0, and it's in parentheses CC by 2.0. This says you are free to share, adapt, etc. under the following terms. So this is what you got to look at, and all you have to do is give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate if changes were made, and then you can read the rest. That's why it's important to use something like this organization, because it kind of takes the worry out of things, and you're confident that what you are using is not infringing on any copyright laws. The final question is, how can I transfer this standard and these concepts into practice at the education specialist level? Well, it's very important as an educator of any level to ensure that you, as well as your students, are using copyright material properly. It's a responsibility we all need to take seriously, especially when you're working in an online environment. It's important to make sure that you are following these kind of requirements in education.